Here's the big day. I'm gonna start sanding today. I'll start here at the front. Try to put some shape on the front. Round everything off. Everything's got to be curved over. Got to cut this off. But all the corners have to be rounded for the covering to stick to it. Now what I didn't do on this boat that I did on my last one, I overlapped the rail pieces about a ½ inch or 3/4 of an inch, I don't remember which, each time, and had it stepped out so that it gave the boat a tapered look like a regular boat. Took an awful lot of sanding and a lot of time. So this time, even though it won't be quite as pretty, I just lined them up straight so the sides will be straight instead of tapered. But I think it'll look alright. Like I say, all this has got to be rounded off and sanded and the whole 9 yards. So when I get through with that, I'll crank this back up and let you see what it looks like. Right now it looks kind of like crap. And it may look like crap when I get through sanding it. You have to wait and see. That's the next step. So a couple of hours from now I might be able to turn the camera back on. Or what I'll do when I get this first half right here done, I'll let you see what that's going to look like once I get it roughed in. Like I say, I'm just going to kind of hit and miss right now and get the whole thing shaped up, and then you have to go over it again and do the final sanding. And I'll take it down here in my neighbor's pond once I get everything sanded before I cover anything. After I get my center seat and put it in my neighbor's pond and do it a float test. In case I have to change something on the design, you know, put another row of float on the bottom or whatever. So we'll see what happens. Here you go. I just thought I'd show you the bottom. Just got through doing my first sanding on it. This is kind of like the catamaran type. Looks kind of like the bona fide. I may have to come back and put another 2-inch on top of this, depending on how it floats. I'm not sure if it's going to sit high enough in the water or not. I might have to, like I said, I might have to put another 2-inch piece on here. We'll find out in a minute. I mean, well, not in a minute, but maybe this coming week. I'll put it in my neighbor's pond and try it out before I cover it. This is roughly how it's going to look on the bottom. I'll flip it over and show you what the other side looks like now. And this is what the front of it's going to look like. Right now you can see a lot of little holes and gaps in it. The wife just called. She's at Lowe's and she picked me up a can of the Durham's wood putty. I thought I already had some, but I've already used it all and didn't realize it. Come back and put that in all these little gap spots where the foam was broke out or what have you. Fill in all the cracks. The sand's good. It's what the same stuff you use if you build a cedar boat, you know, strip boat. I have one of those out there in the garage, and it works real good. I got some gaps here to fill. But the first sanding job, it doesn't look too bad. It looks a lot better than it did before. I didn't do a whole lot to the back here because I got to cut all the center of it out and I finished it up then. But it's coming along. I still got to build the front part here. And I got to set my motor mount in there. So this is what it's going to look like right now. They still have a lot of places they have to fill in. This is where I had a rick up. I put some putty in here and fill that in, smooth all this out and re-sand it down. Quite a few spots. But the first rough sanding, it's not too bad. So we'll see how it's going to look. It's looking more like a boat now, looking a little better. Or to me it does. We'll see how it does. I'm still worried about my first float test. I don't know if it's going to sit high enough in the water. It's a lot longer than my other boat. And my other boat, I only had one layer, one 2-inch thick on the bottom. instead of two of them. So I got 4 inches here plus these two. So I'm not sure where the water's gonna come. It'll be pretty close back here. If it's just a little bit back here on the back, it doesn't matter, because I'm gonna be up there anyway. And we'll see how that works. Well, I'll do some more work and I'll show it to you later. I don't know if I'm gonna do too much more today or not. It's like 12:30. I started at 10 o'clock, so 2.5 hours to do all this sanding. That's not too long, too bad, considering I did the top and the bottom. And it's not perfect yet, but getting there. The inside on these rails, gun walls, whatever you want to call them, I got a sheet of Luan out there, and I'll cut it to match it and run it the whole length from the bow back here to the stern, and glue it in, and then sand it and match it. And that gives you rigidity in case you're hitting some bad waves. You'll have no flexing. I did that with the other boat, and I learned that on the internet to do that. So all I did is sand this down enough to make it fit pretty tight, and like I said, it'd be glued and gorilla glued in there and clamped. That'll give me something to screw into. Plus it gives me rigidity or glue stuff too. And that's pretty much it for right now. So till tomorrow or two, I'll show you something then.